whatever it is, wherever you're at. I woke up early this morning, which I do quite a bit, and I just decided, you know what? I feel like talking, and I'm going to go live. And I'm trying to keep my voice down because in this concrete jungle that I live in, sound carries, and my neighbors can hear everything I say. So, I can't talk about my neighbors on my live stream because, you know, they pretend like they don't speak English, but I know they do. And especially the lady across the street, man, she cracks me up. If I need something, I go over there and I try to ask her, "Hey, mom, what?" And she's looking at me like, "Huh, huh?" And I'm like, "Look, I know you understand me." And she's like, huh? And I'm just, oh my goodness. So I don't even talk to her anymore. Hold on, folks. I gotta do my chat thing here on messages. There we go. And it's just, but anyway, I'm up here early. We're going to talk about life and what's going on in my mind and some of the drama and whatnot. And there's Henry Broussard. Good morning, Henry, or good afternoon, or whatever. How you doing? The noon colonel. Oh, it's noontime. Okay. All right, that's all good, man. And I just, I woke up. I put on my orange Hawaiian shirt this morning, and just decided to get up here and you know, I just want to comment, this is for you, brother Bellis. You know, Bellis and I, we had a little bit of a disagreement yesterday, and it's all, you're allowed to disagree, but I got trust issues as it is because of my ex-wives, and but Bellis put out a little video which he didn't have to put out. I mean, I told him he needed to do it, and I didn't expect him to do it, but he did it. Apologizing to me for something that he said, and I appreciate that, Bellis. That's for you, man. That's about all you're gonna get from me, man. Cause I'm still mad at you. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still mad at you, and you know why I'm mad at you. It's all good, and we won't talk about that no more. But if anybody out there was wondering, Bellis and I, we're okay, and I can't say what I want to say about that dude, man, because he torqued me yesterday, and he knows why. But I give him credit. He came on and apologized. Whether he was sincere or not, I don't know. I got my doubts about that, but and I told him that. That's why I'm laughing. I'm smiling as I'm saying that. And but it's all good. Hey, Lo, how you doing, brother? How's your health doing today, man? Yeah, you're up in Oregon. Lo, I don't forget you, man. You and I talk face to face on a video, so I'm gonna remember you. Now, some people I don't. It's funny. As I do this crazy YouTube nonsense, not that it's nonsense, this helps me. This is like therapy for me getting here on YouTube, and I get to talk, and maybe I don't talk so much to everybody that's with me personally, and they're probably think, man, we're so glad he's tired of talking from being on YouTube. He's not he's not talking to us and bending our ear. But hey, I'm talking softly. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me okay? Is my mic picking me up? Oh, let me move it a little bit closer. I'm trying to kind of talking a lot softer than I normally talk. But I forgot what I was talking about. Talking, doing YouTube. Oh, I know what I was going to get at. So periodically, what I've found, the longer I'm doing these live streams and doing YouTube, I forget, okay, you can hear me. That's great, Lol. Thank you. So I'm thinking to myself, you ain't nobody paying attention to me and what I'm saying and everything. But you know what? When you're on YouTube, you got to be careful what you say because there's people out there listening. Like right now, well, for a second there had like 12 people scrolling by the channel here. I got one thumbs up, so if y'all don't mind giving me a thumbs up, that'll help me out, and that'll help more people see the stuff I'm trying to say. But the more I'm doing this YouTube, I'm finding out there's people out there they listen to you. I don't know if that's always a good thing, but I'm not going to say it's a bad thing either, because I think some of what I have to say is kind of important. But but you have to be the judge of that if it's important to you or not. And but anyway, now what's happening is I get people coming up to me and tapping me on the shoulder, getting in front of my face, and like they know me or something. And I'm like, do I know you? And they're like, like this guy the other day. He's like, yeah. He goes, I know. I watch you, man. You're the colonel. I'm like, I am. Yeah, you're the colonel. I said, yeah, I'm the colonel, man. It's all good. And then, and then I'm very thankful. Just, you have to be gracious and very thankful to people that come up and talk to me because, God bless them. I ain't got no friends. I mean, I can barely keep Bellis as a friend. James is a lot more tolerant than Bellis, even though sometimes he doesn't seem like it, but he puts up with me, you know, and because I'm not allowed to go to Bellis's house anymore, but I can still go to James and Karen's house, and that's not true. I'm just messing with Bellis with that, but but I probably won't go there for a while. But anyway, um, why'd you stop? Boy, I'm gonna butcher that name. Is that Waja Stawan? Hello to you. I'm great. How are you? Where are you from? Well, I'm in the Philippines here, man. You know, it's like what, five something. What time is it? Yeah, it's 5:19 in the morning here. I woke up early, and but I'm an American, man, but I live in the Philippines. I'm retired over here, loving life, enjoying meeting, making new friends, enjoying the Filipino people. And you're from Pakistan. Come on now. What do you mean? Do you know Pakistan? Come on, man. Who doesn't know Pakistan? But anyway, uh, thanks for joining, man. All the way from Pakistan. That's all right. But there's a lot more I could say about that, but I won't. But welcome to the channel. Thanks for the thumbs up. If you give me the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. So anyway, yeah. So I met this guy. He came up and talking to him, and then I was introduced to his wife. And later today, we're gonna go out and have a coffee. We're going to go out and meet, and I'm going to get to know John some more, or Juan, depending how, he said I can call him either way, Juan or John, doesn't matter. But, he's basically an American. He's not originally from America. And then uh, where else did he tell me? He lived in Germany. I'm trying to remember where he told me he's originally born in. Uh, where was he originally? Oh, Spain. He's from Spain. That's why his name's Juan. From Spain, but then he grew up in Germany. And then he moved to the U.S. Been in America ever since. And we had a good conversation. Met him at S&M. He saw me walking around and had a good conversation. And he messaged me and he's like, hey, thanks, Henry. I know, Henry. I know you're laughing at me because I'm having these brain cramps and I can't think. And America and Israel. Yeah, well, you know what, Wade Jatwan, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that, and that's not appreciated on my channel. So we're just gonna have to, you know what, we're just gonna have to say bye-bye to you if I can figure out how to do it. And yeah, let's just say bye-bye to you. And I can't tolerate people like that, man. Come on there and talk about the U.S. and Israel, trying to bait me into, saying something that is going to get me in trouble. And, yeah, come on, man, dude. I was giving respect to Pakistan for a second, and then you showed your true colors there, and that's just not going to happen on this channel. And so anyway, he's gone. Just hide him. Should let somebody block him, but oh well. So Tommy, that's a great green screen. Well, Tommy, this actually is not a green screen, brother. This is not a green screen. This is a see, look at that. That's not a green screen, man. That's yeah, that's a wall hanging. But it looks like I'm at the beach, and I like that. You see the crease? See the crease where it was folded when I got it in the mail? Yeah, yeah. This is not a green screen, man. But I'm glad you thought it was, but it's not. So just a wall hanging. I like it. And it gives me a little bit of peace when I see it because I feel like I'm back in Thailand at the beach. But thanks for that, man. And hello to you. Good morning. And yeah. All right. Did I delete them? Oh well, I guess how you been doing lately, Colonel? Henry Broussard asked me. Hey, Norm. Welcome, Norm. Norm all the way from Oz. Henry, where are you at? I can't remember. You have to tell me again. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Henry. And I was just at Norm before you got. I don't know if you were on here then or not. I was just telling people about me and Bellis and about his little apology, or what I call it, a half, apology. But Bellis and I have talked, and we worked things out. He knows where I'm coming from and why I was ticked off. I know why he was ticked off. I don't agree with him, and he didn't agree with me, except for when I told him why I was really ticked off. Then he knows he did wrong. I mean, in his apology, he was justifying everything that he said and what was going on. But what he did to me was wrong, folks. And that's I'm just going to leave it at that because we're good. We're good. Bella's my brother. I mean, he irritates the heck out of me sometimes. He's still my brother. Let's see. I start work soon, but we'll listen in once on the PC. Once the PC's up and running. Norm, I appreciate that, man. And I don't want to. Oh, Norm, good thing you're on here, man. Uh, Norm says, all good. I saw things were going a little too far. Yeah, because he put some of my personal information out there that I didn't appreciate, and I told him that because it was something I told him in confidence and told him not to share to anybody, and then he goes and throws it on a live stream. So, the colonel was upset, and I think rightly so. I mean, he thinks that he was upset and rightly so on his part too because he's defending his buddy, but I know differently from him, and because I knew more about that situation than what he knew. He only knew from what that guy was telling him. I said, well, I know it from the. But anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. None of that matters. We're past that. But what I wanted to tell you, Norm, is about my watch hours. Remember before I told you what you're doing? Well, now the YouTube studio is caught up, and what you're doing for me is helping, brother. Man, I went up like 60 hours. I went up 60 hours in one day. So I appreciate that, man. YouTube, the studio's finally catching up with my report. I'm not anywhere near where Bell. I wouldn't be surprised if Bell's monetized already, and he just didn't tell nobody, or he might be monetized. I don't know. And I told him let's not talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't want people. I don't want to bring it up on my channel, and I just did it, and so I don't. But it's not something I like because it sounds like bragging a little bit. I don't want that because I've always said it doesn't matter to me. But what does matter to me is that people that are trying to help me or whatever, that I say thank you to them. And Norm, shout out to you, brother, down there in Oz for helping a brother out. And for those you don't know, guys, Norm, he has been pretty faithfully coming on Bellas's channel, and he's been pretty faithfully coming on mine because Bellas and I, you were either doing live together or playing with a clothespin, and or we don't go on at the same time as each other. Now that might change because maybe I upset Bells and he don't care about me no more. I don't know, but anyway, I want to thank Norm and everyone else. I have much respect to Norm and people like him. So if you're doing the same thing, like Norm, he's like putting on my Colonels Chronicles playlist and just playing that thing. You're not listening to it, and that's fine. But he might listen to some of it. I hope not. Oh my goodness, bore him to death. But he's playing that to help me out, and I appreciate that, Norm. Anybody else that's doing that, if you're doing it silently, I thank you. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Lowell says, I have been working on the meds to find a cheaper or different meds that would work. Got it down to $500 a month, but still too tight with no money for extra per month. Yeah, Lowell, you need to be careful, man, because, even though it's cheaper to live over here, you don't want to be living month to month where you got to worry, like, am I going to make it this month? So keep doing what you're doing, man. I encourage you. I think that's awesome compared to what it was before, brother. You're doing good, my man. You're doing good. And for those you don't know, Lowell, and I don't want to put Lowell's personal business out there, but Lowell's got some health issues and health concerns, and he has some necessary things that he needs every day just to, to be blessed with another day here on this earth. And it gets expensive for people in his situation. And so, keep Lowell in your prayers. And I encourage Lowell, I encourage you, brother, anytime I get, because I know what you wanted to do with your life, and I know it seems like it's not possible to get there, but there's always hope, man. There's always hope. And if there isn't, and if it finally comes down to where, hey, you can't do that, well, that's the Lord's will, man. And there's a reason for everything. Maybe there's some reason why you shouldn't be over here in the Philippines. I don't know what that would be, but God knows, Hey, Tom. Tom Seaver's in the house. Hello, Colonel. Did I miss a comment up here earlier, Tom? I thought you said something. Oh, oh, I guess not. Oh, that was Tommy. It'd be funny if that Tommy was my brother, because that's my brother's name. I know it's not. Well, it could be him, but I doubt it. I don't think he's smart enough to figure this stuff out. Well, he's smart enough, but, or I should say, you shouldn't say he's smart enough. You should say, I don't know if he has the knowledge to know how to do this stuff. But good morning. For me, good morning, Tom Severs. Thanks for coming in, man. It's all good this morning. And, you know, I was talking about it earlier about the drama from yesterday, and I don't want to keep beating the dead horse, but, Bellis and I had a, well, we're always going to have a disagreement about that individual that he brought up and said was a good guy. And I don't agree with him. But, uh, but anyway, it's all good. And I'm looking forward to his big announcement. And I already know what it is. And, but and I won't out him like he did me. I'm sorry, Chuck, man, or Bellas. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry too, man. I slipped out there with your first name. Apologies for that. And that's what I told him too, man. If you say something, if you say something on here that someone told you in confidence or asked you not to say, it could slip out. But don't do it on purpose, man, just because you're mad. Like I just slipped a second ago, and I apologize to you, Bells. I just slipped and called him by the first name, and we don't do that normally. Just I don't want people calling me Doug, but people have already done that, so just hey, just call me by my YouTube name, the Colonel. I'm good with it. I've had that nickname for years, and then you get it back. Every once in a while, a dude came on the channel yesterday or the other day and said, "Is he a real Colonel?" Who the freaking cares, man? I ain't all about stolen valor. I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. But yeah, I was in the army. Was I a colonel? Absolutely not. But my dad was, you know. And I keep telling the story. I put a whole video about it. I got the name the colonel from when I was in a motorcycle club. Okay, that was my road name, and I was one of the founding members in the club, and they're like, well, what's your road name? I don't ain't got no road name. Okay, I'll come up with something. Out of respect for my dad, I call myself the Colonel. And because my dad, as much respect as I had for him, I'm not going to lie, my parents had a lot of respect for me for the level I got in the Bureau and what I was doing in my job and stuff. And I know my dad was proud of me. I know he was. My mom, too. My mom probably more than him. And these are my adoptive parents. But they're proud of what I had become or what the Lord allowed me to become. And because I truly believe anything in my job was a blessing. It wasn't because of me. I mean, I was good at my job, but that still wasn't me. I was good at my job because of other reasons and outside. But anyway, yeah, out of respect for my dad, I took that name to Colonel. That was my road name. And then it led to other things that in the prisons and whatnot, where people were talking behind my back, calling me Colonel Sanders, because I looked like Colonel Sanders at the time, with the white goatee and the hair turning white and the whole 9 yards. But anyway, yeah, I'm not trying to say that I was a colonel in the army or anything like that. I wasn't even close to that. I wasn't even an officer. Give me a break. Now, I could have been, but I didn't go that route. Let's see. Oh, we Mark's in the house. We Mark says hi. All over. We Mark. What was that? We Mark. Scotland or Ireland? We Mark. I can't remember. And forgive me for saying one of the. I know somebody's going to get offended. Mario Man. Hello. Good morning, Mario Man. Am I saying it right? Mary. Is it? Is it? It's Mario Man. Forgive me. So I wasn't thinking Nintendo, man. I'm trying to say somebody's name properly. He's Mario Man. Nintendo in the house. Good morning or welcome to the channel, Mario. Welcome to the channel, We Mark. And We Mark says hello, folks. And Lowell says I am losing another support person soon. He retires later this year, and then he is moving. That will make both executor moved away. Wow, Lowell. I don't know what to tell you, Lowell. Maybe you need to move with them. I don't know, man. Wow. I wish you the best, brother. Henry says, we all got nicknames as far as that goes. That's right. We marked Scotland. See, I don't know why. I knew Scotland, but I wasn't sure, so I threw Ireland in there, knowing that I was probably offensive. So I apologize for that. But hey, we're all from the same neck of the woods, man. I'm half Irish, or or a quarter. I don't know how you figure those percentages out, but I got it in me. My mom was Irish, or at least half Irish. God bless her. Woman who gave up 4 children. I still can't. My brother and we still can't figure that out, man. This lady had 4 boys. All right, my older brother, me, and then 2 younger ones, and she gave all of them up. And I remember when I found my biological father, when I found his family in West Virginia, because I transferred to a prison, helped activate a new federal prison in West Virginia. I found his family. And, I should save that for when I tell my story, but I found his family, and they were talking to me, and they were like, well, your mom, she loved you guys. And I'm like, pause. Really? She loved us so much that she gave us up. And you're like, well, you got to understand, your parents were very, very poor. They had no money and nothing. I'm like, I know that. I know we were poor. I mean, I know that for sure. I was out there eating grass. So anyway, like, well, she gave you all up with the hopes that somebody could give you guys a better life. So she really loved you. I said, well, I hear that and I understand what you're saying, but that ain't how my brother and I look at it. We never looked at it that we're like this lady, she could have figured out something to make it work, instead of me and my older brother, went through 3 sets of parents. Now my 2 younger brothers, from what I understand, what I was told, because we weren't allowed to know anything after that, we were told that they were put up for adoption separately. So kind of sad about that. My 2 younger brothers they may not even know each other. And more than likely they don't even know each other. And because they were babies, toddlers at the time, so they probably don't remember. And I was a little bit older then, so I remember everything, just like it was yesterday. And actually, that's not true. I don't remember everything, but I think I remember everything. You know what I mean? I don't know if you understand that or not, but there you go. We Mark. Scotland and Ireland are like brothers. Well, I can't remember we Mark. I couldn't remember if they're at. I guess it's the British that they're at odds with. But I wouldn't mind being from either Scotland or Ireland. Doesn't bother. I mean, I've always wanted to visit the home country. Never have. Always wanted to. Then you get to visit, the UK. God love them. But and I got friends that are British, so I should be nice. But yeah, when I go back to Thailand for a visit, I usually go back because my friend Ian is British, and it's usually because he's going back to Thailand to take his little son and his ex-wife back to Thailand to visit her family, which I know why it does, but as much. Yeah, let's not get into that. Get into their personal life is their personal life, but what a weird situation that whole thing is, and yeah. But I will say this about Ian, and Ian, if you're watching this, this is kudos to you, brother. I remember when when that little boy was born. You're like, it's not my kid. That's her kid. And I'm like, he's talking to someone who raised 4 children. And Norm, welcome back. And so he's telling, he's like, that's not my kid, that's her kid. I'm like, come on, Ian, man, it's your son, man. He goes, nah, man, I didn't want that kid. He goes, I told her all along, I didn't want to have babies, I didn't want that child. She forced me to get her pregnant. She bugged me, And I said, so were you like on the clock? Was it like? He goes, man, you got no idea, man. You know how bad it was. Talk about performance anxiety and everything. She was like when it was time, we need to do it right now. She's got it all figured out. She's ovulating, and we gotta do it right now. And it's just like, I don't want to do it, man. I'm not even attracted to you anymore. And I was just kind of like, that's messed up, man. And but yeah, so she found, and then she had a couple, at least 1 or 2, I think, miscarriages, but which is sad, really sad, because she wanted a baby in the worst way. She's older, not older, but 40. when she had 41, 42 when she had, or I can't remember, but she was especially in Thailand, for a mother, she was older because they usually have their babies when they're younger. And anyway, uh, yeah, but I told him, I said, you know what, Ian, you wait, dude. One day, that little boy's going to grow on you, and you're going to wake up and realize you're his daddy, and you're going to be happy about that, and you're going to learn to love him. And then I said, then the whole dynamic's going to change. All this, that's not my kid, you know. No, she can do that. She can change that. That's not my kid. That's her kid. Because that's why he was acting. He was basically like he was there, but he wasn't there for the kid and for his son. And but now, several years later, yeah, or 5 years later, however long it's been, he loves that little boy, and they're buddies, and they go, and he's got that little Thai boy, half Thai, half British boy over there living in England, raising him like a proper British little boy there, and I get a kick out of the accent. His son talking, he calls him Da or whatever. And I was just like, I listened to the videos when they post them on Instagram, or his mom posts them, and I was just like, oh my god, that little boy's he's speaking English. He's not speaking Thai, but he's speaking that, that British English, which I just want to say something, but then he always, well, yeah, we were speaking it before you were. And I'm like, yeah, we kicked you out of our country for a reason, dude. But anyway, that's between him. We always joke about that. But, Lowell, my family built a castle in the Lewis Isles of Scotland back in the mid 1800s that still is used today. That's awesome, Lowell. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, do you keep in contact with any family over there, or is it still in the family today, or is it somebody else, or and I should have thought about that Lowell Matheson. Yeah, should have figured that out. But that's awesome, dude. Do you have pictures of it? If you got pictures of that, man, send them to me. I know you got me on Messenger. I'd be interested in seeing that, man. I think that would be cool. Have you ever been there in person? I think that would be cool to see. Anybody else got anything like that? Norm, you're from Australia and all the way back. I mean, all the way back to the criminals that were sent there. Have you ever tracked your family? Because from what I understand, Australia that was the prison colony, I believe. Right, Norm? We used to joke about that in the U.S. because I got transferred down to Southeast Georgia. And, back in the day, from my understanding, Georgia, that was the prison colony, or that was the prison state in the U.S. They sent all the criminals down there to Georgia. And after I worked down there, and somebody was telling me about that down in Georgia, I said, yeah, you know what? I get it. I get it. Some of the people that I had to work with, and some of the stuff they were trying to do to me, stab me in the back and whatnot, just because I was a supervisor. Man, you all act like a bunch of criminals. I mean, we're supposed to be watching the criminals, keeping them from escaping, but y'all are acting worse than the criminals, than the real criminals. And they're like, well, that's our background. That's our background, LT. We come from criminals. I'm like, man, that's jacked up, man. That's so messed up. Good morning, Jen. See, Norm, I've got a bit of everything in me. You need to tell it. That might be TMI, Norm. But nah, but how about kangaroo? That the family owned lots of land but lost it due to land taxes. Man, Norm, that's where we need James. I tell you, that's messed up, man. I don't even want to get into the politics on it. But yeah, that's just anytime. Yeah, see, that's too much government control, too much regulation. They talk about Americans in the U.S. We're the land of the home of the what is it? Land of the brave, home of the free. We ain't free. People think, oh, go to America because there's so much freedom. Well, there is, but there isn't. Okay, there's freedom in a lot of things in your personal life, but we're still controlled by that government. The taxes, property taxes, labor taxes, privilege taxes if you're in Philadelphia. I mean, come on now. Is that free? Not really. We kicked the British out over taxes, and yet most Americans are taxed to death. Anyway. No, the Lewis clan has the castle today. I never have been back. However, I'm a registered member of our clan. Lowell, it might be time to pick up that sword, man, and go back and take that over, man. Take, one clan to another. You need to kick them out and get that back in the original clan. You know what I'm saying? So Rob Roy and what was that other guy? Braveheart. My mind's drawing a blank. You don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, might be time to go back there and take that back, brother. I'm just joking. Step up for the clan, man. Now, I'm from West Virginia, so we got some plans there too. Might not be the right kind of clan, but anyway. Oh, thank you. We got 5 people in here watching. I appreciate all y'all. And I see there's 8 thumbs up. Appreciate that too. I know for the people here in the Philippines, it's really early and they're probably mostly sleeping. That's why I'm on here. Gino's not on here. When he comes live, somebody tell me and I'll get off here and go say good morning to Gino and watch him. But I was awake and I thought, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, Jen, I woke up early. Maybe somebody woke me up early, but um, that's not the case. I wish it was, but it's not. And I said that just to dig at you, Jinx. I know it'll irritate you. The grandfather died, uh, so there was nobody to pay the taxes. Ah, Norm, I get it. That's a shame, man. That is a shame. But taxes are one of those things where I understand, to have have a government in a country, they got to collect some form of revenue or have some form of revenue. And I know, in the U.S. now they do it by taxes. We didn't always do it by taxes. We used to do it by tariffs, and that's what that orange man that a lot of people like to hate. But some of us, we understand what he's doing. And he's trying to do that, get back to support, paying for the government by tariffs. It's actually not a bad plan. Some people don't agree with it. It's not, but it's a lot better. Hey, stop taxing the people, and they can support the tariff system. If you're paying higher price. Well, you stop taking my taxes, I can afford higher prices. You know, we lost our farm. This is from Lowell. We lost our farm when I was in high school to the city government through the powers of eminent domain. Man, so much I want to say to that, Lowell, but I'm just going to be quiet. That's messed up, man. That is messed up. I hope they compensated your family. But I know if they did, it wasn't enough. And it wasn't what it was worth, probably. Your girlfriend waking you up. Yeah, Jen, I wish. But nope. The land is worth millions these days. Yeah, Norm, isn't that the way it works, Norm? Isn't that the way it works? You just got to shake your head. You can get mad and get upset. But you just got to shake your head about that stuff. And speaking of which, Jim, what are you doing up so early? You should be sleeping. You need that beauty sleep. And you need to be resting. You need to get ready to go to that foreign country you're going to. You told me the other day where you're going, but I don't remember now. You going back to Saudi? Or, no, they probably won't allow you to go there no more. Tell me again where you're going. I'll forget. The land, okay. Oh, boy. There we go. Kuya, CDNQ, Canadian Kuya. Canadian Kuya. Cheers from Panay Capiz, originally from Ontario, Canada. I tell you what, I'm here on the island of Panay too, down here in Iloilo. There, Kuya, Canadian Kuya. And cheers, brother. One of my Canadian brothers, I like Capiz. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'll be driving through Capiz tomorrow, and going up to see James and Karen Adventures, and we're going to go out and visit somebody else. I'm already beauty and. Jen, I can't believe you made me read that. I follow you and James and Karen. I'm Canadian Kuya. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you so much. And everybody that follows me, even the ones that, are irritated by me, like Jen, because I know she's irritated by me. But she still comes on here, tries to stir stuff up sometimes and make a comment and tell everybody that she's beautiful and sexy. God bless you, Jen. But hey, Canadian Kuya, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Really do. Henry, tell James and Karen I said hi. Henry, I'll make an effort to remember to do that. My memory ain't so good, brother. So if I forget, please forgive me ahead of time. But I'll try to remember. Maybe I'll say that to him earlier. Maybe James wakes up early, so he might come on here maybe, and and just to see what world's the Colonel doing on here so early on a live stream. And I don't know, man. It just spirit hit me to go live this morning, and so here I am, and seen a lot of your adventures. Well, Canadian Kuya, thank you. I hope they weren't too boring, and hopefully you got to see some stuff that you haven't seen before. But if you're here on Panay, you've seen a lot of what I've seen. I tell you what, I had a great video that I made up there in Santa Barbara of the church, and I was going to post it, but my new phone that I got here, I hate to admit this, but I don't know how to use it. And I had the settings were jacked up. And from when I bought it, the guy was showing me the features of the phone. He showed me the slow-mo feature, which I thought was really cool. Well, he left it on slow-mo, and I didn't think to check it. Well, when it's on slow-mo, you're talking like, and there's no sound. I'm like, man, it's jacked up, man. I was like, all that video, I mean, there's multiple videos that I took, and I even had a tour guide take me through the church and give me I had all kinds of great information I wanted to share with everybody on a long form video. I had to delete all of it. Because even when I tried to speed it up through the editing process, I didn't still had no sound. And I was so angry at myself. This is my mistake. And so I'm going to have to, if I want to do that, I'm going to have to go back up and do that again. I know that poor guy, Roberto, there. I know he's going to look at me and be like, man, what are we doing? But, maybe if I wait long enough ago, he won't remember me. I don't know. Because he talks to a lot of people, I'm sure, every day or every other day or periodically. But anyway, Roberto was a really nice guy. But I'm going to have to go back and redo that if I want to show you guys. But I'm really upset when I make mistakes like that. And but thanks, Canadian Kuya, for checking out our adventures. They like to make fun of me. Jen says, I wake up early to make breakfast for the kids. That's because you're an outstanding mother, Jen. You're a good lady. I know you think I like to say bad things about you, but I don't. Not like what you think. But yeah, Jen's up there, and she's up there in Luzon, up there in Laguna. She got 3 boys, and the rest of the family there, man. She got all kinds of people in that family that she cooks for, and she's an outstanding cook. Canadian Kuya, come to the next meetup at the Beaver. Well, I'll tell you what, Canadian Kuya, I was kind of keeping quiet about that, but I'm going to be there, dude. I'll be there. Make sure you come up and tell me, hey, I'm Canadian Kuya. And I can say hi to you. And I'll be like, what? Who? Oh, yeah, okay. Because I'm forgetful. And, but normally, like if I meet you, the next time we meet, I might not remember the name, but I'm going to remember the face. I remember faces. I don't remember names, but I remember faces. So absolutely come up and say something to me. I'll be at the Beaver, and Lord willing, I'll be there. And I'll be there with James and Karen. I'll be probably coming over from their house. And that's the plan anyway. But yeah, I'll be there. I achieved 48 kilos again. Oh, you're getting little again, Jen. Okay. Well, yay for Jen. I gained weight, Jen. I don't, I've been eating too much lately. I need to get back on my intermittent fasting and do what I was doing before, but just been being lazy and not following my plan that I had. But yeah, I need to. Yeah, I stepped on the scale last night and I about had a heart attack just from looking at it. But my stomach's not so big, I can still see the scale. So I guess, there's that, I guess. Let's see, Henry Broussard says, yeah, these new phones take a while to get used to, or take a while to get, I guess it's take a while to get used to. Yeah, my phone, man, my phone's smarter than I am, kind of, sort of. It ain't smart enough to get out of my hand, though, so I guess I still got an edge on it, I guess. It ain't walking around on its own yet. And it doesn't turn on. Well, actually, it might turn on by itself. You know these phones are spying on you at all times. And if you don't believe that, then you're more naive than I am. Let's see. You know, cell phones. You ever read the book 1984 by George Orwell and how the televisions are watching you? Well, we're living in that year. Even the televisions, you know. Now, I got mine unplugged. Can't watch me when it's unplugged, I don't think, unless there's batteries in there that I don't know about. But the cell phones do. They're watching you all the time. I guess maybe if you turn them off, but it's still got a battery in there. And most of your phones now are sealed phones or sealed up batteries. That's so you can't take out their software that they have attached to their batteries. So as long as your battery's not dead or whatever, they can still transmit information back to Samsung or Apple or whoever you're using. You know, if you like the fruity phones, which I don't. So here we go. Let me catch up with the comments are getting past me. I'm sorry, folks. Norm. Now I had plans to go back and video some of my hikes again. So much I could have done better. Yeah, Norm, I'm mad at myself about Thailand. I wish I was YouTubing in Thailand now because I saw some beautiful stuff and interesting stuff over there, and I saw some downright annoying stuff too. But I wish that I had chronicled Thailand more so than I did. And I still can find photos and stuff, and I think I kept a whole folder of my home build. I've been thinking about if I can access them and throw that together in some type of video format and post my house build so people can see how I built that house. And I wasn't the one who finished it, but the structure I finished, on it, the roof I got on it and everything, but I didn't do the finishing, the rendering or finishing off the inside with the rendering and putting windows in, which now they had a Thai contractor come in and finish it off, and they Thaiified the whole house. And now I got to say, it's one of the ugliest looking homes I've ever seen. But if I had finished it, it wasn't going to be ugly. It was going to be beautiful. But they they totally destroyed that house the way they finished it off. Made it, it's ugly. It's downright ugly. I had it looking like the Alamo, but it wouldn't look like the Alamo if if I built the front on it that I was going to put on it, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So they came in and did it, but did it totally different than what I was going to do. And it jacked up the whole aesthetics of the house. But it's not my house, I walked away from it, but I still, for some reason, because I spent 2 years working on that myself with my own hands. That's why it took so long. And, I put a lot of effort in that. I'd like to know what happened, but now I just pulled it up on Google Maps on the 360 view the other day, and yeah, it's discouraging. They've let that whole property go, everything. It's disgusting. It make me sick to my stomach. I almost wanted to cry looking at it because I'm just like, man, typical Thailand and the people out in the provinces, they just don't care about anything. And, as long as they got something to eat, and God bless, that's where they're at in life. But I gave that family everything, or the ability to have everything, and they've just, typical of that family, they've squandered all of it and just let it rot. Meanwhile, my ex, she's living in Germany, whatever, She got what she wanted, to live in Germany. But congratulations, Jen, on that. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Henry. Yeah, okay, I got that, Henry. And Norm, about the hikes. Canadian Kuya. I am on live with Michael, that Philippines live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Say hi. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow, Canadian Kuya. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do that because I'll be on my motorbike, or I will be with James and Karen, and we'll probably be live, or we'll at least be taking some video. I can't make a promise, brother, on that. And if I don't say hi to you on there, I'll see you at the Canadian Beaver. Yeah, I'll try to make an effort to do that. That's the best I can do. I'm not going to promise, man, because I don't want to say something that's not true. But yeah, I'm doing some travel. I'm traveling up to see James and Karen tomorrow, and we're going out to see future farmers of Ackland. Levi out there in his farm. Lowell says, question. In my estimate budget, I have Pesos, 25,000 a month for groceries and eating out 2 to 3 times per week. Thoughts? You have 25,000 a month. Well, is that after you've paid rent, Lowell? Because you can do that. Um, you'll be tight, but that's plenty for. And then you got to watch out where you go out to eat. Now, if are you going out to eat at expensive restaurants, or are you going out to eat at street food, um, things like that? But if it's only 2 to 3 times per week, you should be able to do it. You should be able to do it, depending where you eat at. Norm, just say things out loud with your phone nearby, and you will start getting ads on what you were talking about. I've been saying that for months now. I've been saying that for a long time because Lazada, if you have their app downloaded on your phone, they absolutely are spying on you 24/7. And what you talk about, if you're talking about buying something or you're trying to find something or look for something, and then you open up your phone and you go into another app, like YouTube has Lazada ads on it, you'll see the stuff that you're talking about or you're interested in because they're spying on you. 100%, Norm, I'm with you, man. I've been telling people that for ages now. That if your cell phone is just a spy device, they are from corporations, they are spying on you. And Samsung's definitely spying on you. I remember back when you could still open up the back and get your battery out. I pulled the little plastic piece on the top that had the antennas or wires coming off from the battery. Okay, this is when you pull the battery out independently. Samsung had put a pack, a chip, or whatever antenna on the back of your battery, and then you go and it went up to the top, went inside the battery, and you pulled a plastic piece off and you pull those wires off. You put the battery back in your phone, it still worked fine. But guess what? No information was going back to Samsung. That's why I say that's why they've sealed the phones. You can't replace the batteries anymore. You can't pull the batteries out of the phones because they have their software attached to the battery. I'm not lying. I saw it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. Jen says, okay, she's doing exercise every day. After I made breakfast or make breakfast, I'm going outside, walking to the next village, doing exercise every day. Well, good for you, Jen. Happy for you. I guess you're getting in shape for that boyfriend, so good for you. Norm, the Studio app on your phone can stitch all your phones together into a video. Studio. Oh, photos. Oh yeah, Norm. I have apps already to do that, Norm. I don't even need the Studio. I can do that on CapCut. I can do that on UCut. There's different apps out there that can. Yeah, I know how to do it. I know I can do it. I'm lazy. Okay, I'm lazy. It takes work to do that, man. For those you don't know anything about YouTube, or whatever, it takes work to do this stuff, man. It ain't easy. Well, it can be easy. Taking videos and stuff is easy, but it's the putting things together to put quality content out for viewers, so that they'll want to watch it and that they'll enjoy watching it and they don't mind taking time out of their valuable day because everybody's time is valuable to do with whatever you choose to do with. Okay, so if you're going to be doing YouTube, you want me anyway. I want to put something out there that people might enjoy. Now I deleted my curry little short curry because I got so many people talk. But folks, the reason it looked like vomit is because I used ground up meat. I didn't use slabs of meat for the curry. And Jen, please don't criticize. It is what it is. But it tasted good. It looked foul. It looked bad, but it tasted really good. Put a little bit too much brown sugar in. I used your recipe, Jen, and still not as good as yours when you made it, but I'm getting better. It's only the second time I've made curry, and this time was better than the first time. But I think I got it figured out. I think I got it figured out now. But yeah, thanks, Norm. I knew that, but I have other apps that I use, and it's all good, man. Use Google Earth to view old maps. Use Google Earth to view old maps. Now, why do I want to do that, Norm? Why do I want to look at old maps? I just share with me, Norm, what you're trying to get at. I don't know what you're trying to get at there. You're trying to help me with something, but I don't get it. Canadian Kuya, say hi to James and Karen for me. Great people. Yes, they are. but they have been very good to me. Very good to me. And Bellis has been very good to me too. Um, I try to be good back to them and anyone else who's kind. Even you guys, anybody I meet here, if I meet you and whatnot, I hope I'm gracious, and I hope I'm attentive, and I hope I'm kind to you when we talk and whatnot, because um, that's the way I want to be. You know, I want to meet people. I want people to feel like interacting with me is worthwhile. And I want you to feel like when you left, you feel like a better person for it. That's how I want to feel when I interact with you. Ah, Bruce and Carol, they're in the house. Thanks for joining us, Bruce and Carol. Hello there, sir. Well, hello back to you, sir and ma'am. Canadian Kuya says, I think they will be at the next meetup as well. Yeah, Canadian Kuya, I guess you didn't hear me, but yeah, I'm going there to the Beaver from James and Karen's house with them. We're all traveling over together, probably on the motorbikes if his is still running, and we'll be meeting up there at the Canadian Beaver. And now I know we're gonna see you. Jay Boy is in the house. Colonel early live today. Yeah, Jay Boy, I'm just trying to get in a little bit live before Gino wakes up and decides that he needs to go live. Because we all like to watch Gino in the morning. And I can't watch Gino if I'm on here smacking my gums. And so it's all good. But thanks for coming in, man. Oh, there's Lou. I haven't talked to you in a while, Lou. Hey, Colonel, you're up early 6 a.m. Is it 6 a.m. now? Yes, it is. Yeah, Lou, I got up early, man. I think I was like 4:45. I woke up or something, and I don't know. I just thought I'm gonna go live for a change. I haven't done this in a while, and the reason I don't do it, honestly, is because this concrete jungle that I live in, the sound carries, and I know that my neighbors can hear everything, and they're probably mad because I'm probably waking them up with my voice talking. But yeah, it is what it is. But good to see you guys, Jay Boy and Lou. That's great, man. Jen says, yeah, right. For my 1 million boy, what? Are you saying your boyfriend's a millionaire? I don't know what I think you're just trying to talk negative now. I was being positive and complimenting you and trying to say nice things. Now you just want to get nasty. I think. Unless you're just saying he's a millionaire, but I think you're trying to say something else. I don't appreciate that, but whatever. Norm, you were saying you were looking at your old house on Google. Oh, okay. But Google Earth has better historical image. Yeah, but Norm, that's not what I was trying to do, brother. I want to look at the house now in the current. So Google updated their maps. Um, it had to be a recent update on there. So I went in the 360 view, and because I wanted to look, I want to look at the house now, and I don't want to look at it before. I've got photos of it from before, but I like to look at it now of how it's doing and what it looks like now. And let's just say when I went down the street view, 360 view, what a disappointment, what a discouragement. It's a shame. They're just letting it go. Somebody paid to have it finished off and whatnot. But it's just, yeah, it's just sad. I mean, the farm I had going there was spectacular, man. All the trees I had planted, and the cacao tree, 500 cacao trees. I had banana trees. I had papaya trees. I had mulberry trees. I planted coconut palms. You know, most of the, I think the mulberry tree, I think, is thriving. I don't know about the mangoes. I didn't see them. I think they've let everything else go. And then beside the lake, had this huge lake excavated, put thousands of fish in there. Who knows? Maybe they've gone and netted all the fish out by now. I don't know. Don't care really, but it's sad. And then the flat area that I had for, like, it was going to be a parking or vending area for the people fishing in the lake or for a market. They've got sugar cane planted in there now. I'd leveled that off. I raised it up because it was rice paddy before. Raised it up, leveled up. They've got sugar cane planted in there in that big flat area that I made. I just shake my head like, whatever, whatever. That family of grifters, and it's just sad when you try to do something good for people and they don't appreciate it. and they, and then they just destroy it. But that's that family. That is that family, and they have to answer for that. I can't answer for them. J Boy says, I thought you were up early talking to your girl. Nah, J Boy. No, I'm sure she's still sleeping right now. But no, no, not talking to my girl. She had a long day at the doctor's yesterday. And before anybody said, no, she's not pregnant, not from me anyway. We're not even involved like that. Let's see. Bond says, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Bond, that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it, brother. You got everybody in there, man. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You covered it all, man. Norm. Oh, Street View is different. Cool. Yeah, Norm, I like to do Street View. And like if I'm looking for somebody's house where they live to, I'll go in and I'll do Street View. Excuse me, I got to take a sip. Look at that, Jen. Look at that. Don't you wish you had one of those? That's Colonels Chronicles. Kind of proud of those things. I got two of them. Yeah. And, okay. Hey, Brian. Good morning, mate. Morning, Brian. And morning to all from insert name here, Brian. Welcome, Brian. Appreciate you stopping in. Hi, Daniel, Sergeant USA. Howdy from the snowy state of Florida. Oh, my goodness. Daniel, say it ain't so, man. Oh, my God. Let me try to remember. Are you in the Tampa area? Or are you Jackson? Where are you at, Daniel? I can't remember. Jacksonville? I think you're further south. That's crazy. Yeah, I heard they had snow in Florida. That's insane. But I bet they don't have snow down in Naples. That's where I wanted to be at. I was in Central Florida. I was 45 minutes northwest, 45-minute drive from Disney World. That's where I lived. I loved living in Florida. It took me my whole life to get to be able to live in Florida, but I finally got there. Then I turned around, sold everything, and moved to Thailand. But because I thought in retirement I couldn't afford to live in Florida. Norm says, but anyway, good morning, Daniel. Welcome to the channel, man. I appreciate you being here. I know you're over there. You're just waiting on Gino, and me too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I thought I'd get on here before Gino. Norm says Street View only gets updated every couple of years, if at all, depending on the area. Absolutely right, Norm. Some of the Street View data man is from 2022. You're absolutely right, Norm, because when I lived in Sarpuri in Thailand, it was funny. If I went out to the main road and I 360'd around, I get one view of how things are. And then if I turn down a side street or vice versa, I got a different view of an older photos of the house or views of the house where I was living in. So I kind of got a kick out of it, but it also helped me see the way things were and how things could be. And now I even went back to that house because I was remodeling that house, and I'd put nice flower beds up. I went back to that property, and I'm here to tell you the same thing. Man, it looks almost, except for that I painted it and the wall I built, they've just let it go too, man. The beautiful flower beds with the bougainvillea are all gone, and they planted those trees they like to plant in Thailand. I can't remember the name of them, but the branches are like layered, and they grow straight up with the trunk, and then another layer, and they're cool trees. But I'm like, why did you destroy that those bougainvillea when they're blooming are beautiful? And it was beautiful. It went all the way around the corner. So maybe, I don't know. It's just discouraging when I see that, man. And they haven't done any more with that house from the way I left it. And I noticed that the paint on the walls chipping off some of the architectural tiles that I made. And just all I gotta do is go back and put some paint on it again, and it will look new again. My wagon that I had there, my old style wooden tieway, it's gone. So they probably sold it to somebody. The nice walkway it's gone. I know some of the trees and stuff I planted are still there, but the rest of it, I was just like, oh my goodness, it actually looks worse than when I moved in there, because it was looking rough when I moved in, but it looks worse now. So that's discouraging. When you put a lot of effort, a lot of time, work, money, effort into something, and then just for that, just for that, have the people just let it go when they don't. It takes such little effort to maintain it. But hey, whatever. I'm not there. It's not any of my business anymore. But yeah, that's what I do with that 360 view. And yeah, I know they only updated. But that's what I'm saying. My house, the house I built in Thailand, they just updated. Google Maps just updated. So it's like very recent 360 views. So I got to see what it looks like now. And I was just, yeah, it was discouraging because I was like, wow, they really let that place go. Brian throws a snappy salute in a vague northeasterly direction. Well, if I want to do that, I need to turn around and face that way. And I don't want you guys to see my best side, so we won't do that. That was sent out on the waves of YouTube for you, Brian. Vaughn says, Daniel, it seems like I just talked to you. There you go. Well, maybe you did, Vaughn. Daniel says, Sergeant USA, that's Daniel. Northeast, Jacksonville. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got you, Daniel. Now I got you. Yeah, up in Jacksonville. The snowman missed us. Man, I used to like driving through Jacksonville, man. And I've flown out of Jacksonville more than one time. So I know that area real well. Vaughn, long time no chat. Hee hee hee. That's Daniel laughing there. Brian, sorry, Northwestern. Well, I'm in Elo. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. It's more kind of, isn't it like Capiz straight up? Where are you at, Brian? I'm drawing a blank. But hold on, let me take a sip. Hey, 11 people in here. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming in. And if you didn't hit that thumbs up, tap that thumbs up for me. That helps me, roll with the algorithm. Or the algorithm will push the channel out there to more people, and we can get more people coming here and chat with us and talk about things. J-Boy, yeah, that's sad to hear about your old house. You're a good guy, Colonel. I'm sure there's better things ahead. Oh, that's from years ago, J-Boy. I put that behind me. But I still like to go look at it to see if anybody's taking care of it or what it's doing. But I appreciate those kind words, brother. I really do. And whether there's better days ahead or not, I don't know. But the way I look at it, and I mean this sincerely, for me, at this stage in my life, every day is a gift from God. And even if you're young, you got to realize that every day is a gift from God and be thankful for the days that we're given here on this earth. Whether we're happy or not, we're not promised happiness. We are promised joy, if we believe what the Bible says. We're not promised happiness. So I don't have to be happy, but I need to have joy about the life that God has given me, and each and every day is that blessing. My life hasn't always been happiness and light, and it hasn't always, I haven't always felt joyful. There's been a lot of people in the world, and maybe some people in this live stream that have brought me some sorrow. That's just the way it is. That's life. You got to go work through it and get past it and thank the Lord for each and every day and each and every second that He gives you on this earth. And that's how I try to live. I don't always succeed at it, but that's how I try to live. Okay. What are you doing there, Vaughn? Is that a... Oh, okay, you're laughing. I thought you had a COVID mask on or something. My eyes ain't that good. East coast of Australia. That's right, Brian. I'm sorry, man. I forgot. I'm going to ask you guys every time because I can't keep track of everybody. There's so many people. Can't keep track of where everybody's from, and I apologize. And I think I apologized to you the last time I asked you the same question, man. So forgive me for that. East coast of Florida. What's the weather like there, Brian? Let's see, this time of year, you guys should be warm, right? You're summertime, right? Spring or summertime? Down in the Isles right now? Bruce and Carol, we used to live in Jacksonville Naval Base for 6 years. There you go. There you go. Yep. And let's see. Once upon a time, I dated a woman, her ex-husband was in the Navy. He was at Kings Island. Naval Base at Kings Island, I believe. Yeah. I don't know if that was submarines or... I can't remember. But yeah. All right, Bruce and Carol, we used to... Yeah, I'm sorry, I just read that. J-Boy says, yeah, that's, oh, I read that already too, J-Boy. Boy, I missed your comment, Bruce and Carol, but I've read J-Boy's. Sorry about that. It's all good, J-Boy. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. Lou, Colonel, have you checked for any church groups in your area? Yeah, Lou, I've been looking. I've been looking, but I'm lazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm lazy. Catholic church groups are very social. Church events, celebration, and gatherings. Yeah, Lou, I'm not Catholic though, brother. Um, and if I get in those groups, sometimes the Catholic people, like James again, sometimes they get upset with me. Not James the charismatic. Jenny Lynn got upset with me uh, because I'm very vocal about what I believe and don't believe, and we don't agree, and it's okay. I like having those discussions anyway because hopefully we learn from each other. I'm not going to change a Catholic into being a Protestant, and they're not going to change this Protestant into being Catholic. I'm sorry. There's reasons for that. But having said that, we have some fundamentals that we all believe in. We all believe in Jesus Christ. You know, we believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God. You know, now, and we all believe, Mary is a real person, and we believe in the virgin birth. Okay, but now the Catholics like to believe other things about Mary that aren't in the scriptures. But that's up to them. I don't agree with them. And like I always say, there is a right and a wrong, and in the end, somebody's going to be right, and somebody's going to be wrong, and we're all going to be amazed at. We're probably all going to be amazed at who's right and who's wrong. Because we all think we're right, and we may not be. But thanks for asking that, Lou. I'm bad about that. About going to church and finding it. Well, it's something that I have to answer for that. Norm, 4 weeks of summer left here in Australia. There you go, Norm. Awesome. That's it though. Only 4 weeks. Then what happens then? You start to get cooler then. It's only 1 month. That'll be February. That's yeah. Okay. Take your word on that. You're living there. I'm not. Brian, no worries, mate. Don't apologize. Yep, summer, but nice day is currently what's that? Eight? Currently 22 and 24 Celsius. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's a little cool for me, Brian. I like to be a little bit warmer than that. Actually, I kind of like it hot, man. 30, 32, or 30 is good for me. 32 is getting on the warm side, but yeah, I like it warmer. I'm so used to it. Brian, I do not discuss religion when in Philippines. I do, man, because they like to discuss it. Some of them do. Now, some of them get upset and everything. I don't want it to be something to get upset about. It's not. It shouldn't be that way. But there's nothing wrong with talking about biblical things and whatnot. It's all good. Now, if you're certainly down in the South, and you're in Mindanao, well, it's going to be a different discussion down there, and it may get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say on that. Uh, Brian says, "Yep, and cooler, Norm. Thankfully, okay." Yeah, some people like the cool weather. I don't. I like the warmer weather. But that's because, I spent 4 years in Alaska, or almost 4 years in Alaska, and I froze my backside off up there, and front side too, for that matter. And I ran in that 35 below zero weather, and 65 below, -100 below, and I'm talking Fahrenheit now, below zero, wind chill factor. I mean, come on now, that's too cold, man. I don't know what that is in Celsius. You guys have to convert that, but it's cold. Okay, it just is. Norm says summer goes from December to February. Autumn is next, which is still warm here. Okay, that's good. Cool. Yep. And Brian's atheist. Okay, Brian. Well, all I say to that, Brian, is ain't no atheist in a foxhole, man. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Uh, That's what we used to say. No atheist in a foxhole. And you can believe what you want to believe, Brian. Or choose not to believe what you choose not to believe. But like that old Rush song says, you still made a choice. And You know, we all have to answer for the choices that we made in life. Autumn and spring are great times here for me, temperature wise. I hear you. I hear you. Do you miss Alaska at all, or some aspects of living there? I wouldn't say I miss it, J Boy, but I appreciate it. I appreciated my time up there. I love the fishing, the hunting, and the fishing, especially fishing in the summertime. If you can keep the mosquitoes from picking you up and moving you around, you know, you're doing good. And back in the day, I used to smoke a pipe with different smelling tobacco, and I did that. You know, I didn't inhale it in the lungs, but I did that keep the mosquitoes away from me. And and times where I'd be fishing, I wear a full head mosquito net. You know, so the mosquitoes, because the mosquitoes in Alaska, they're brutal, and they're big, and if they bite you, they hurt. It ain't like some of these little ones I see over here. These, and I've seen big ones over here too. These ones are huge. All of them are huge in Alaska. Um, but I wouldn't say I miss Alaska, but I love living up there, except for the extreme cold. The winters are long, and everything. But I lived in Fairbanks, and the winters are colder, but they're also drier than, like, say, Anchorage. Definitely drier than Juneau. But in the summertime, it's warmer. So even though you froze your, I almost said something. You froze off body parts in the wintertime. We'll just put it that way. Keep it clean, family friendly channel, and but the summertime made up for it. And the summers in Alaska are beautiful. That is a beautiful state, beautiful part of the world. And even driving down through Canada, you know, when I came back, I got out of the army and I drove back to Pennsylvania, where my ex-wife's from. We drove down through Canada, all the different provinces and stuff. And Canada's beautiful. There's wilderness, but it's beautiful. So yeah, I wouldn't say I miss it, but I enjoyed it. And I would go back to visit, but I would go back in the summertime to visit. But when I lived there, I used to tell people, "Hey, look at all these yahoos. They only come here in the summertime. They want to experience Alaska. They need to come here in January or February, dead of winter, man, and find out what Alaska is really like." You know, the tourists all come through. They come in on cruises and they go to Alaska land in Fairbanks, which I assume that's still there. I don't know if it is or not. Don't really care. But they come in there and I was just like, these yahoos, man. They don't even have a clue of what Alaska's all about. They're only seeing the beauty of the summertime. But hey, up to them, man. Up to them. Brian said, mate, I would be. Yep, that's for sure. Or sure, yeah. Is that for sure? Or sure? Michael C showed up on my live stream. Michael, thank you, man. I haven't seen you in here for a minute. I know you've been away. Welcome back. That's Michael C up there in Tracy Martinez in Cavite. Good morning, Colonel. Good morning, Michael. You got your cup of coffee yet or tea? I got mine. Matter of fact, I just emptied it. I had a couple drops left in there. I got those last two drops. I might have to get a refill or get something else to drink because my mouth's getting a little bit dry. Wow, there's 11 people in here. That's outstanding. That's amazing for the Colonels Chronicles live stream. And I got 15 thumbs up. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. That means just about everybody that's coming in here probably is hitting that thumbs up. And man, that's incredible to me. And this whole, and I keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it in every live stream. This whole YouTube thing is a humbling experience for me because this is not something I wanted to do. But I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of addicted to it now and whatnot, where it's like I got to get my YouTube fixed, which I don't know if that's a good thing, you know. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you all, and I enjoy meeting new people. Now, not everybody that comes into the live stream is enjoyable to have on your live stream. I ain't going to lie to you. But, you know, we just got to act accordingly with them. But those of you that come in here and you're very kind to me and you're very gracious to me, and there's a couple more thumbs up, I appreciate that. I just think it just blows my mind. I'm very, you may not believe this, and Jim probably will maybe argue, but it humbles me. It really does. It really does. But yeah, good morning, Michael. See, I'm glad you stopped. Is it coffee or whiskey? Lou, that was coffee, man. That was Copica Blanca that Gino turned me on to. I always liked my coffee black. I used to pride myself. I drink black coffee. I don't drink those. But I tell you what, man, I bought that little packet of Copica Blanca and I tried it. I was like, dang, man, that's good stuff. It's sweet. It ain't good for you. And Gino keeps saying about I put something extra in it. I ain't gonna lie. I used to put sweetened condensed milk in it, but there's so much sugar in there already. And now I don't put the sweetened condensed milk. Once in a while I will. But normally, lately, I stopped doing it because it's just too much sugar. Too much sugar. I never put whiskey in it though. I wonder about that. But no, never did it. I'm not a heavy drinker. I very rarely ever drink, folks, to be honest with you. I'm not opposed to I'm opposed to getting drunk. I definitely opposed to. I don't like to be around drunken people, and I don't want to be drunk myself because the colonel gets in trouble. Speaking from experience, so I don't do it. I choose not to do it. I actually like the taste of whiskey. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's a personal decision of mine not to drink, and that's what I do. It doesn't mean I never have drank. It doesn't mean I never drink again. But as a general rule, I don't drink. I don't go to the bars and drink. We need Bellis to stop by in here. That was funny yesterday, throwing you under the bus. Actually, Jay Boy, let's not talk about that because that was not funny for me, man. And there's a lot more going on there than you realize. And we're not even going to bring that. Bellis and I, that almost caused a huge problem between us. And we've worked it out. But there was a confidence that was broken there and a promise that was broken. And I was hurt deeply by that. And he knows that. So we're not going to get involved in that. So you can think it was funny, Jay Boy, but I didn't think it was funny. Yeah, neither did Bellis, actually. Lou, I added a thumbs up. Thanks, Lou. Appreciate that. Brian, looking forward to our trip to Philippines in April. Brian, I hope we can meet up, Brian. I don't know if that'll be possible, but that would be really cool for you to meet everybody. I like my coffee, how I like my women. Oh, bitter and ice cold. I had to drop down there, Lou, to see where you were going with that, man. Bitter and cold. I'm not even gonna comment on that. That's sad, man. That's sad. That's not a bad coffee. Nah, I like that Copica Blanca. And I like the Copica Blanca the way I like my women too. I like them sweet. So I like my Copica Blanca sweet. Now before I used to like my coffee black and bitter, so I can't say that that's how I like my women. I'm not going to say I like black and bitter women. That's just not a fair statement. I don't really care about the color, to be honest with you, but I'd rather have sweet than bitter. I see some beautiful black women in my lifetime, and that's no lie. I worked with a few that were very beautiful. I can't mention their names on here because I get myself in trouble. But yeah, thumbs up from this account. Thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. And Norm, like I said, man, keep doing the watch hours, and the rest of you, if you can, put on my the Colonels Chronicles playlist, and you can turn the volume down, but just run it on one of your extra phones or something, or your computer. I would greatly appreciate that. Get this channel monetized, and then from there we can, do whatever. Maybe we can do more. I wouldn't mind doing reviews of different products and things like that, and going different places. And yeah, it's all good. Eventually, I'd like to do some philanthropy and help out people more and things like that. I don't like to toot my own horn about things so I won't mention anything that I do or that I'm doing. But I try to help people out, as I can, as I feel that I should. Brian, it's not a bad substitute for good coffee. No, but it's not like good coffee. Let's be honest, it's not like a good black coffee. But I call it foo-foo coffee, man. It's like a foo-foo, but it works. Lowell says, I don't drink at all anymore. Doesn't mix with my meds. I love really good smooth whiskey. That's where I'm at, Lowell. It's not about the meds, but I just choose not to drink. But a good smooth whiskey tastes good, man. A good smooth bourbon, which the smoothest I've had is Knob Creek. Now, I'm told there's even smoother bourbons than Knob Creek, better ones, but I haven't had any of them, okay? But I have had Knob Creek in the past, and that is the smoothest sipping whiskey I've ever had. And it's smooth. But You know, I'm pretty much a non-drinker, so. Michael C., you brought up memories. I was stationed. Oh my goodness, you were at Elmendorf Air Force Base, 1992. A great time for me down there in Anchorage. Yeah, I was up there at Fort Wainwright, which is right down the road from Eielson Air Force Base. And we used to go hunting for moose over there on Eielson Air Force Base because they would let you go hunting in there as long as you weren't, by the airfield, obviously. Um, but yeah, well, I didn't know. I did not know. See, Michael, see, if we ever get to meet in person, that's something else we can talk about, brother. We can talk about Alaska. And now I'm going to tell you, I don't know, Anchorage is Alaska, okay? Because that's state capital, I believe. And it's still Alaska. So I can't say you weren't in Alaska, but I want to say you weren't in the real Alaska, man. Down there at Anchorage, man, in the wintertime, it gets down in the teens and they think they're freezing. And what happens down there in Anchorage on the roads, like it'll start to melt, it'll snow, then it'll melt and it'll freeze overnight. Then it'll melt the next day, freeze overnight, and they'll get more snow. And then slushy, and then the slush freeze. So you get ice like that thick on the roads in Anchorage, okay? And it's a mess. And then it'll warm up a little bit, and everything gets slushy, and then it refreezes. It's a mess. Now in Fairbanks, it doesn't get like that. It snows, but it's like a dry powder. You ever get the snow when you just see it like swirling around on the road? Now, sometimes it's warmer up there in Fairbanks, and you'll get regular snow like they get in Anchorage. But they scrape the roads really good in Fairbanks, almost down to the pavement, or down to the pavement as much as they can. But it's when it's a real dry snow, it just blows off the roads and stuff. And what happens is it stays so cold. Now, I'm not going to lie, you get ice on the roads in Fairbanks, okay? But it's not like Anchorage. Uh, Most of the time, the roads are cleared in Fairbanks because it's so cold, so bitter cold. The snow does not have time to melt, or it doesn't get high enough temperature for it to melt and create water on the roads that freeze and turn into ice. But Anchorage, that's another story. So that's what I tell people living in Anchorage. And Michael, see, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's warmer in the wintertime, but it's also cooler in the summertime. It doesn't get as warm down in Anchorage as it does up in Fairbanks because Fairbanks area, believe it or not, is considered a desert part of Alaska. It's considered the desert. Now it's not like a desert with sand and all, but they call that the desert because it's so dry up there where I was at. But yeah, Michael, see, we got a lot to talk about. That's cool, man. Jay boy, understood. My bad, Colonel. That's all right, Jay boy. I didn't mean to come down on you like that, man. That was a touchy subject. Bella's and we're behind. I said that at the beginning of this live stream. Bella's and I, we had a good heart to heart yesterday, and he and I don't always agree on everything, and that's okay. Even brothers, you don't agree all the time. He's my brother, but I wish that he hadn't said something that he said because it's an embarrassment to me, and I don't like to be publicly embarrassed. I don't think anybody does, and that's why I tried to tell him. That's why I was upset because of something that he said about me that he shouldn't have said, and he knows. He knows that, and he's apologized, and I accept that apology, and we're past that. Bellis and I are past that. But it's like I told him, people are going to remember what you said, Bellis, and you hurt me personally, you hurt my channel probably, because I've done some things in my past that I'm not proud of, and I've dated some women I'm not happy that I dated, but there's a reason why I'm not with them now too, and that individual was one of them. But it is what it is. Everything in life, you learn from it, hopefully. You gain experience from it, and you formulate ideas, and hopefully you change into being a better person. And those of you who believe the Bible, you're supposed to become what? You're supposed to become more Christ-like. I'm not even close, but I wish I was. That's all right, Jay. But anyway, Jay boy, don't worry about it, man. Please don't take it the wrong way. It's a touchy subject for me. Norm, I still have 4 of those 3-in-1s in my cupboard. I was having them in Sky Flakes for breakfast when I first got home. Norm, what are Sky Flakes, Norm? Educate me a little bit about Oz. I haven't heard of Sky Flakes. Is that like corn flakes? It sounds like a sugary cereal. Is that a snowflake cereal? For those left-leaning snowflakes out there? But, okay, cool. Yeah, the 3-in-1s, I haven't really gotten into them, but I do the Copica Blanca. And hold on one second. For those of you who don't know what that is, hold on one second. Oh boy. Here we go with that. I'm gonna grab this. And I'm gonna grab another drink because I'm thirsty. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. But here we go. That's Copica Blanca, for those of you that don't know. And that's my used packet right there. Yeah. And I told Gino, look, I got the new and improved. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't notice anything different about it. It seems the same to me. Hold on a second. Let me put this sensor back on there and put my hand up and see if I can get it to recognize me. Oh, it wants to be ornery. Come on now. Oh boy, it's not gonna recognize me. Hold on. I'm gonna wave to everybody. What's going on with this thing? Put this hand up. Oh well, it's not working. So we'll just move this over a little bit. It's not gonna follow me. I don't know why that thing's being like that. Excuse me, folks. Let me get this. See if I can get this thing working. Wow. Oh, you know what? I gotta show you guys this. Okay, this is the little sensor on the DJI Osmo 7P gimbal, and this is the little sensor device that you use to follow you around. Now I was just sticking my hand up because what you do is you stick your hand up to get the sensor to recognize your hand, and then it will follow you wherever you're at on that screen. It'll follow your face. You're supposed to install it like this on your gimbal, so this is facing you. Well, I had it installed like this because there's a little light that comes on the back, and I'm putting my hand up. The sensor's on the other side, but I'm putting my hand up to the back of it. Wonder why it's not, the light's not coming, because there's a light on the front side too. Why it's not, what an idiot. See, that's what happens when you get old. I had that thing on backwards, because you can put it on backwards. Here we go, let's do it now. See, there it works. And now, see, I can go over here, and it's gonna follow me. And I can go over here, and we're dancing, and it's following me. See, there you get a good view of the beach behind me, and my sofa down here. So it's not a green screen. Oh, see, look, did it lose me? It lost. There we go. Now it's gonna come back. I went too far past it. But anyway, I'm an idiot sometimes. Sometimes, you know, when you're an idiot and you realize you're an idiot, you just gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. You just gotta laugh at yourself. Okay. I didn't want the sensor following me all the way over into the kitchen because, well, actually, my kitchen looks pretty good today. I washed the dishes and everything yesterday, and you know, we're good to go. Let me pour a little bit of a drink here, some water, flavored water I got here because I'm thirsty. So Norm says something that I already read, so we're going to move up. And Lou says, at my job, there was a stunning black woman. I just never got the opportunity to get friendly. COVID happened, plus job relocation. Colonel, I still think COVID was my downfall. Yeah, Lou, yeah, let's see. And Colonel, if it was not for COVID, I would never have worked remotely in the Philippines. You know, Lou, yeah, COVID is another one of them subjects that it just irritates me just to even talk about it because I really think, excuse me, I have my own views about COVID, and they're pretty off the wall, or some people would consider them to be pretty off the wall, but I just think COVID myself was preparation for the one world government that's coming, because it's coming, folks. The globalism, everything that's coming, and it's just preparation for future things. Now, Brian, you're an atheist, so you're not going to believe any of this, and you're going to think it's all nonsense, and that's okay, man. But I ain't going to disrespect you over it. But my deal about the whole COVID was all preparation for things to come. And I say this, had this discussion with many people, especially if you're a Christian. Every time you went into a store, like in Thailand, because I was stuck in Thailand during COVID, and I was on the island of Phuket. Every time you go in a store, What do they do, man? They check your temperature, right? Well, how do they check your temperature? They checked it either by scanning your forehead or scanning your wrist, your hand, you know? What's that a sign of? What's the Bible say? Where's the mark of the beast going to be? Your forehead or your wrist? So to me, that was all programming. And to see, and for the globalists to see, hey, can we get people to conform to what we want them to do? Can we mandate something and make everybody all over the world follow it? Think about it. That's what I think about COVID, and it just irritates me to no end. But you know, you're not going to stop the future, and you're not going to stop prophecy and what will be. But yeah, hey, talking about that, you know, we're not racist here, Lou, but man, I don't care what your skin color. There's beautiful women in all sorts of colors, man. I mean, there's beautiful women in India. I appreciate all you from India that watch my channel and watch my shorts and stuff. I get a lot of support from India, just like Bellas, you know. But doesn't matter where you're from. There's beautiful women in the Middle East. There's beautiful women in America, although I don't like their attitudes anymore. And there's beautiful women in the Eastern Bloc countries, in Russia. Let's say Eastern Bloc. That's not the word I was looking for. Eastern European, okay? And there's beautiful people in the UK, Spain. There's beautiful women in Africa. Now, my aunt and uncle were missionaries in Africa for 35 years. And my cousin and his wife were missionaries. There's beautiful people in Africa, beautiful people in Central America, South. I mean, come on, everywhere. Now, let's not forget Southeast Asia. Now, folks, are there not beautiful women in the Philippines? There's beautiful women in the Philippines, okay? And Jen was on here. Jen's a beautiful lady. Can't dispute that. Until she gets too chubby, and that's just a personal. But anyway, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I gotta be careful. All right, let's get back to the comments so I don't get myself in trouble. But yeah, COVID was irritating, and I really think it was a precursor of things to come. I don't think we might be done with the COVID, but there'll be something else come along, and where they'll try to control the masses, and which they did. Thankfully, some people in the U.S. rebelled. You know, so there still are people out there that rebelled against the powers that be. Lowell says, I keep a fifth of Knob Creek in my freezer. It has been there for over 10 years. I plan to have a drink at the end when that comes. Dang, Lowell, 10 years. Why are you keeping it in the freezer? I'm just curious about that. Is that a better way to keep Knob Creek? I never put mine in the freezer, man. I never did that. I don't know. You have to tell me about why you do that or what that's about. And you know something I don't know, apparently. But yeah, Knob Creek is super smooth, man. Now, I will tell this. I had some Buffalo. I bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace over here in the Philippines. That's some good bourbon. I'm not going to say it's the smoothest, but it's got some flavor. It's got some flavor to it. And it definitely kicks like a bison, man. It kicks like a buffalo. It was stout. But when I put the first sip in my mouth, because that's how I drink the way I drink it by a sip. I don't do that because I don't like getting drunk. And but when I first tasted it, I put that I swished it around in my mouth and I kept it in the mouth for a while until I couldn't handle the burn anymore. I think I killed every microbe in my mouth. And but man, I swallowed that finally. I was like, wow, that was unlike any bourbon I've ever had. And but from what I understand, there's other really outstanding bourbons out there. And Buffalo Trace, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't the most expensive either. But it had a burst of flavor that was just incredible. I was sold on it. I was like, that's okay, that's good bourbon. And, you know, and like I said, I just take a sip here and there. I take a little sip every once in a while. And when I say every once in a while, like maybe every 2 or 3 weeks at the most, or at the minimum, you know, or is that the most? Yeah, at the most, I guess. I don't take more than that. But LOL, Norm, to be honest, Skyflakes not a bad snack. So what are Skyflakes? Somebody tell me what Skyflakes are. Michael C., you are right. The weather is different for sure. Yeah, it is. It's different from Fairbanks and Anchorage. Totally different. And then you get down into Juneau where it's just like raining all the time, like Washington State. That's different too. Lou says, Colonel, the Son of God was betrayed, spat on, executed. What chances do we have as ordinary men? Why do we get our feelings hurt? Is it ego? Yeah, of course it's ego. Of course it's ego, man. We're not perfect individuals. We're all born with a sin nature. Some of you don't believe that, and that's fine. Everybody believes what they believe, but of course it's ego. That's why we get our feelings hurt. You know, but it's more than ego too. That's all part. And why do people hurt other people's feelings, or why do people say hurtful things? Not everybody lets their feelings get hurt. A lot of that is ego. Yeah, I got an ego. I ain't perfect. You know, have I wanted to hurt people? You better believe I wanted to hurt people. I wanted to hurt people to the point that we shouldn't talk about. Shoot, dude, I worked in a prison. Don't think I didn't want to hurt people. You better believe it. But, does that make it right? No. Does it make the way I act right? No. Okay? But I'm the kind of person I'm kind of in your face kind of thing. And Bellison, if I got a problem with you, I'm going to say something to you. And then we're going to try to resolve it. And we either resolve it or we don't. We agree to disagree and go separate ways, or we agree to disagree and move forward as friends. And that's how Bellis and I are. That dude irritates the heck out of me, but I irritate him too. It's just the way it is. But we still love each other's brothers, okay? Let's see, did I miss one? Hold on, I think I missed a chat here. Nope. Yeah, so Lou, you're not saying anything wrong there, Lou, in my opinion. Bruce and Carol, yep, my first experience in an environment of snow and cold was in Allison Air Force. Check that out, man. I know right where that's happening. I've been on the airfield there, man. Allison Air Force Base had an experimental avionics in 2005, and I fell in love with the snow. My wife and I were from Saipan, and now we lived in the Cascade Mountains in northeastern Washington, Cascade side, 2 miles from the border of Canada. Okay, Bruce. Wow, that's interesting, man. I didn't know that about you. So I learned something new about Bruce and Carol. I did not know that you guys are from Saipan. Check that out. That's like totally cool, man. But yeah, they like Allison Air Force Base, and it's also near Clear Air Force Base, and it's also near Fort Greely, which is Army. I don't know if they do it now, but back in the day, they used to test all the cold weather stuff at Fort Greely for the Army, all our cold weather gear and things like that, and all the Gore-Tex and what that was all tested at Fort Greely, along with other stuff. I wasn't involved. I'm just going by what I was told while I was there, stationed there, and then so up there at Allison, so I'm sure they were testing the cold weather capabilities of aircraft and things like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, along with whatever the Air Force. Because I'll tell you this too, the Air Force had different gear than we had in the Army, and I tell you, I wanted a pair of those flight line boots that the Air Force had, the mucklucks. I wanted them in the worst way because they didn't issue those. Oh man, I just made it worse. They didn't issue those to us in the Army. We didn't get the mucklucks that the Air Force guys did there out on the flight line, and those were nice boots. They gave us, man, that just made that worse. They gave us Mickey Mouse boots, the also known as vapor barrier boots. They look like big balloons and stuff. And I will tell you, those things keep your feet warm. But I sure wanted a pair of them mucklucks that the Air Force guys had, man, because I thought, man, they always got nicer equipment than we have, and they used to, a point of contention and jealousy between the Army and the Air Force. Them, excuse me, those fly boys, man, they were spoiled. Gino, yeah, and Gino knows. He knows he was spoiled. He's in the Air Force. He knows he was spoiled. But excuse me while I clean my glasses here. When you wear, how many of y'all wear glasses? When you wear glasses, I'm a very oily individual, and if they rub on my eyebrows, which are oily, and then my eyelashes get oil. Yeah, man, keeping my glasses clean, it's a challenge. Look at that, I got them clean though. Now I can see again. Look at that, and no oil refraction off the lights, But yeah, Alaska, I loved it up there, but I got tired of being cold. Um, I flew an airplane up there, first time in my life. Almost crashed us. We almost crashed when I took the controls. And I told that guy, I said, don't ever do that again. Don't ever take your hands off the controls and tell me I got it. Because that's what he did. My neighbor, he's like, hey, you got control of the aircraft? I'm like, no, I don't. And then we took a nosedive, or kind of a dive like this, like that. I said, you better take over. You better take over because that ground was coming up quick. We weren't that high up, and that's my flying experience. Not counting the times in the chopper, but I wasn't piloting the choppers. But that's cool. Small world, man. Some of us you know, we've pounded on the same dirt, or flown in the same air. That's amazing. Now we live. Okay, I already got that. J Boy, Skyflake. Hold on, J Boy. Skyflakes is like a cracker you can get from the Sorry stores with your 3-in-1. I didn't know that, J Boy. Thank you for telling. I never heard of Skyflakes, and you know what? I've probably looked at them and just didn't look at the name or anything because that's not something I normally would eat. But now I know what Skyflakes are. Or is that specifically from the land down under? Hold on one second, folks. Let me get back. I don't like where my camera's at. Okay, I still don't like it. Keeping whiskey. Oh wait, hold on, I missed him. Tita Marie. Tita Marie in the house. My best Colonel Smiley. Hey. Tita Marie is back. She says hello. Good morning, Tita Marie. Good to see you again. Keeping whiskey in the freezer makes it smoother. Plus, you don't need ice, which dilutes slightly. I don't put ice in mine anyway, Lowell, but I didn't know that. Did not know that. I learned something new. Whoops. Lowell says, Lowell's our whiskey connoisseur here. Crown Royal Reserve is not bad. Now, Crown is good, man. I am not going to lie to you. Crown Royal, they make a good product. Now, having said all that, folks, I'm not a drinker, but I've been known to take a sip once in a while, and I'm a connoisseur, so I can recognize the fact that, yeah, that's alcohol, and I generally don't drink alcohol, but I can recognize a good alcohol as opposed to a bad alcohol, and I've been known to taste different flavors because I like it. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I got alcoholism in my family, so that has part to do of why I don't drink or why I choose not to drink. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm a Christian, but I like the taste. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like to taste, but I don't get drunk, and I choose not to get drunk because I don't like the way people act when they're drunk because they generally act out of character, and I act out of character if I'm drunk, and I say things and do things to other people that I probably shouldn't be doing. And I can tell you a story about that when I was young and married, but I'm not going to tell you that story because I was totally inappropriate and I was totally wrong, but I did it anyway because I was drunk. So I choose not to do that. Regular Crown is okay, but Reserve is way better and way more expensive. That's just like people like to drink beer. I don't drink beer at all anymore. Shouldn't say at all. I'll try it every once in a while because I want to see if I still have the allergies that I got in Thailand. And but I generally I don't drink beer, but I used to like beer. I'm gonna lie, but I generally don't drink it anymore. But the best beer I've had, and you guys are gonna laugh, but the best beer I've had in my life is Yingling Premium Lager. Now, a lot of you probably never heard of that, but I think now Yingling is up on the whole eastern coast now. But Yingling was the oldest brewery in America, and you had Yingling Lager, which was a good lager. But then they made this product called Yingling Premium Lager. I don't even know if you can still get it, but even when you could get it, it was hard to find sometimes. That is the smoothest beer I've ever drank in my life. And how we got on that drinking, I don't know, because drinking is not my thing anymore. I just don't. I might take, when I was in Thailand, drink 1 or 2 beer, but then I started getting sick to my stomach, so I don't touch the stuff. Now I've tried Red Horse because I just want to see what everybody's talking about. I drank a mule a few months ago because I wanted to see because a lot of people were talking about it. And hey, it tastes good, but I just don't do it, man. I mean, I can do it. I choose. This is what I try to do. I can do it, but I choose not to do it, and it's just a personal choice. Everybody each to their own. I drink St. Paul. Oh my goodness, non-alcoholic. You drink the girl? Man, come on, man. I haven't heard drink St. Pauli girl, non-alcoholic beer, not a bad daily lager. Man, I tell you, St. Pauli girl. Man, I haven't heard that name in years, man. Wow. Yeah, man, I didn't. Wow, Lord, that brings back memory. Yeah, not memories because I used to drink it because I didn't, but memories of friends and acquaintances that did. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Well, let me see if I can keep going, folks. If you don't mind, keep commenting, keep hitting that thumbs up as you come in here. I appreciate it. I've been going an hour and 45 minutes. Can anybody tell me, has Gino started his live yet? Because I want everybody to go over there and support Gino. 6:59. He should be starting soon if he hasn't started already. But if somebody would let me know if he has started, I will end mine, and everybody can jump over there and support Gino because I consider him a brother also. People just drink Red Horse. It's from J Boy because it's strong and F's you up quick. Well, not me, J Boy. I don't drink it like that. But I hear you, man. What is it? Is Red Horse 7% or is it 8? Oh, that's the wrong thing. But yeah, I drink out of the bottle. But see, I live here alone, so I can do it. But I'm sporting my mug, so I'm drinking out of my mug. So when anybody comes to my house, if I get out this bottle, they don't take the drink. Although I ain't got cooties or nothing. we all mess up, man. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did it. That's funny. No live yet from Gino. Okay, maybe Gino's going to come on and say hello to me before he starts his live. I doubt it, but maybe he will. If he does, that's cool. Norm's other channel. Not that I can see as far. Okay, thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. Thanks, J Boy. Lowell Matheson, Innocent said he is doing a live every other day now. He said no live today. I think you mean Gino, Lowell. So Gino's not doing a live today. Well, I'll just keep doing mine then and we'll keep talking. Shoot, I was only going to go for a couple hours. Maybe we'll go for 3. I don't know. I might get talked out. Lou says, last time I drank Red Horse, it tasted sweet. Really, Lou? I don't know. I'm not I've only tried Red Horse a couple times. I've never drank a full one, to my knowledge. I've tasted it because I wanted to see what everybody's talking about. Yeah, low autocorrect. Yeah, Gino said. Okay. All right. Well, and you know what? I don't know if I heard him say that or not. If I did, I forgot about it. But it's all good. Because I like to watch Gino. And like a while back when he was sick, he wasn't on for a few days. I sent him a message. Said, dude, everybody's getting worried about you, man. And I wanted to make sure he was okay. Lou says, if I'm drinking a beer for taste, I will drink Miller Lite. Really, Lou? Miller Lite? Light beer from Miller. Yeah, if I was drinking it for taste, I definitely wouldn't drink Budweiser. I know that. But if I'm drinking it for taste, Yingling Lager. And even better, Yingling Premium Lager. Don't knock it till you try it, man. If you're beer drinkers and you want to drink, now, I'm not telling you, I'm not supporting getting drunk. I'm not telling you to drink and get drunk because I think that's wrong. But if you want to try good beer, Yingling Premium Lager or Yingling Lager Premium, however they're marketing it now. And it used to kind of have, I think it was the premium lager was the black label letter. I don't know. I don't remember. But all I'm telling you is in the bottle, long neck bottle, best beer I've ever had in my life. Back in the day, I drank a lot of different types of beer, but it was good. Uh-oh. Oh, so I do too. I also messaged him. Okay. So you like Lou, you like Miller Lite. That's interesting, man. J Boy says Red Horse does have a little sweet aftertaste. I mean, I never took notice with Red Horse, but I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't drinking it because I cared. So I mean, I just was like, let me see if it's any good. But I don't remember the sweet aftertaste. I might try it again just to see if I get the same sweet aftertaste you guys had. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds right. Sweet. I don't know, guys. Man, maybe we need to change the subject. But Miller Lite has a stinky taste, which I like. So Lou, what you're saying is you like stinky stuff, man. There's just so boy. I don't know. I don't think we want to go down that road either. Probably say things we shouldn't say. It's a beer stinky taste like I hate the hangover. I hate tasting on my throat the next morning. I think, did you mean to say Miller Lite has a stinky taste, which I don't like? Is that what you meant to say? It sounds like now you're like you're not liking it. Lowell says, I used to drink Grosh. Never drank that, Lowell. And I'm probably pronouncing it the wrong way. J-Boy says, it's a Filipino, so you know it's got to be... J-Boy, come on, man. Everything on the sweet side in the Philippines. You crack me up, J-Boy. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not into the sweet spaghetti, man. I'm not into Jollibee spaghetti. Yeah, it cracks me up. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of Americans put sugar in their spaghetti sauce. And actually, most of the spaghetti sauce, it has sugar in it, just not as much as you get in the Philippines. But there are people in the U.S. that like to have the sweet spaghetti sauce like the Filipinos love. Now, me personally, I hate it. I hate having sweet spaghetti sauce. I can't stand it. But that doesn't make it a bad thing. It's just what I don't like. The Filipinos, they love that stuff, man. More power to them. It's all good. I like sweet things just as much as the next. I just don't like sweet tomato sauce. But hey, if you like it, then you like it. It's like, I don't like to eat fish. And everybody, they dog me out over it. Well, how can you not like to eat fish? Because I just don't like it, man. Deal with it. you know? Boy, that's funny. You're funny, Jay. Well, you cracked me up, man. Lou says, bro, have you tasted spaghetti from Piccolo? It's like eating candy. I believe it, man. When I was in Piccolo, I didn't eat spaghetti. I ain't gonna lie to you. I stayed over there for like, 4 days? 3 nights, 4 days? Yeah, but I didn't like it. I mean, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I didn't eat it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna correct myself. Yeah, I didn't eat it because I won't order Filipino spaghetti because I already know I'm not gonna like it. Because it's sweet. Oh, that is funny. I put sugar in my spaghetti sauce, just enough to cut the acidity of the tomatoes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, they'll put a little bit, but it's not enough to make their spaghetti sauce taste like it's sweet, like you're eating, candy tomato or, sugar tomatoes or whatever. Because technically, I think tomatoes have a little bit of their own sweetness. So when you add sugar to it, you're just making them more sweet. And each to their own. I personally, I just don't care for it. I don't care for it. But if you like it, go for it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all with that. Well, I'm at the bottom of the screen there. I think I've covered everything, and I covered what I wanted to say. So, do you eat any fish at all or seafood? J-Boy, I like shrimp. I like crab. But I just don't like to eat fish. Now, I've eaten fish, and I'll eat fish if I have to, but I just don't care for the taste. And everybody says, oh, it's just the way it's prepared. You don't like it because it's not. You didn't had it cooked the right way. I've had it cooked every which way but Sunday, and I still don't like the taste of fish. All right, now, I ate some dory fish in Thailand, which tasted really good. And then I found out that dory fish is like the dirtiest, worst fish for your health that you can eat. And I said, don't that figure, because it's a type of catfish. And I said, doesn't that figure? Now, I finally found a fish that doesn't have a fishy flavor, and I don't mind the flavor of it. And here, it's not healthy for you, like really not healthy for you. So like you shouldn't be eating it, not healthy for you. So yeah, to answer your question, no, I just don't care for it. I haven't liked I haven't liked eating fish ever since I was a little boy. Just never cared for the taste. I love going fishing and I love catching the fish. So everybody said, well, what do you do? Well, I either throw it back or I give it away to somebody. But I don't take it home and eat it myself. Now, my families they've always liked fish, but Dad never liked fish. I didn't like fish. I just didn't like it. But I love shrimp. I like crab. I'll even eat lobster as long as it doesn't have a fishy taste. Let's see. That sounds delicious. Tomato soup, Lowell. Sounds like, okay. Yeah, from J Boy. J Boy says, Lowell, it says your tomato soup sounds good. Sounds like it tastes good. Lowell says, oh, it is, J Boy. You tell him, Lowell. Yeah, man, yo, that was banging. That's some good stuff right there. Brother, that's some good stuff. Well, help me out, folks. I need about 5 more minutes and to make this live stream 2 hours. And I didn't think I'd be on here this long. I was just shooting for when Gino comes on. But since he's not coming on, I can get the full 2 hours. I'm sure Bellis he'll be coming on eventually this morning too. Unless, I don't know, they might be busy today. He might have some stuff going on. He's cranking out stuff for the farm and whatnot and get going. And everybody's going to find out what that's about here in the future. He's going to let everybody know what he's really got going on at the farm, because we've been kind of keeping things on the down low, a lot of it. But everybody's going to find out soon. Do you like halibut? Halibut's a good fish. And what's on the menu today for you, Colonel? Gay boy. I don't know, man. I haven't given it much thought yet. I got some leftover curry. Probably going to eat that. I don't know. I got some bratwurst in the freezer. I got some chicken in the freezer. I got chicken. I know I got pork. And, I've got some steaks in there. I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe none of it. Maybe I'll... There. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. I'm actually thinking I might go back to sleep, man. Now I'm starting to feel sleepy. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have on the menu today. There, J-Boy. Well, I'll come up with something. Do you have a set day for groceries? No, J-Boy, I don't. Because I travel a lot and I'm not always here. So what I do for groceries is when I need something, I go get it. And while I'm there, I'll pick up other things or I'll make a list. I'll make a list of stuff that I need, stuff I run out of. But right now, I don't keep a lot of food in the house just because I'm not here to eat it a lot. And sometimes I get lazy to cook. But we'll see. But no set day. No, sir. Yeah, that just doesn't work for me. I don't need to do that. If I had a family, yeah, we might have to do that. But for me, living alone, I don't need to do it. Brian says the Magnolia Cafe on Boracay that does a tomato and mango soup. It's delicious. Wow, that's different. Tomato and mango. Huh. Magnolia Cafe. Okay. Maybe we'll check that out. Lowell says, I am finishing homemade chunky chicken noodle soup today for dinner. Check that out, Lowell. That's cool. Well, I see there's 7 people still in here at the top of my screen. Appreciate that. And I appreciate all those thumbs up. When you come in, I always tell people, go into a live stream. I try to remember to do this too. I tap that thumbs up and then I say hello to the host and let them know I'm there. And yeah, I gotta watch myself. Evidently, I've been saying some things that have been offending people, and that's not ever my intention, folks. I guess I was hidden on Jenny Lynn's channel. Somebody hid me for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure I know the reason now. I'm not going to talk about that, but excuse me while I stretched. Oh my goodness. And I was getting sleepy, so I got to stretch and wake up again. But that's the problem with getting up so early. You get sleepy earlier. But yeah, if I say something that's offensive to somebody, man, call me out on it. Say something to me. I know if Stone Cold's in here, he'll say something, because he likes to keep people on the straight and narrow, or the wide and straight. I don't know, but he likes to call people out. But I like to have people like that because it keeps me straight. Because sometimes I veer off here, and sometimes I go down there, and I get on these little tangents, and I lose track of what I was really talking about, and then I start saying stuff I shouldn't say, and you just have to forgive me for that, or I should say, please forgive me for that. You can do whatever you want to do with it, and but I tell you what, folks, I'm at the bottom of the screen. I appreciate all y'all being in here. Lowell, J Boy, uh, Daniel was in here earlier. Uh, who am I missing? All kinds of people. Lou was in here, still in here probably. I appreciate all y'all being in here. And whoever I missed, please forgive me for that. And Jen was in here. I don't know if she's still in here or not. Brian, Bruce, and Carol. And Michael C. was in here. I appreciate all y'all. And anybody that I missed, apologies. That's a problem with naming out names. You always forget somebody, and then they're offended, and I don't want that to happen. But anyway, I'm going to close it out. I'm at 2 hours, 1 minute, just over a little bit. And I thank everybody for hanging out with me. It's early morning for me, and I enjoyed this. I'm kind of talked out, and I'm sleepy again. And let me make sure nobody snuck in at the bottom. Yep, see y'all later from J-Boy. You guys, the Colonel is out. Bye, mate, from Brian. I'm out of here again. Until next time, y'all take care and God bless. That's right, Lowell.